Niagara Falls. This is the major escape route. They leave the U.S. on a one-way trip to Canada. Army Corporal T.C. Porchisi has just crossed into Canada. He's now a deserter. T.C. served in Iraq. Children killed in crossfire was too much for him. When he was ordered back, he decided to run.
I saw like a 5-year-old kid get shot in the head with a .240. It is a casualty of war. I mean, that's expected, but I mean, still, he was a kid. If you think about it, if we're back in the States and Iraqis invaded us, you can guarantee that every American will be out in his house with 12 gauge. I mean, that's the only way you can look at it, is that they're doing the exact same thing that we do.
TC is heading for Toronto, Canada's largest city. Corey and Dean are also deserters. They have been living in an apartment rented for them by the Canadian War Resisters movement.
It's a good idea.
The movement had just told them that TC is on his way from Niagara Falls.
Right beside the armory. I'm going to probably go and meet up with them after this. They might come over or whatever. Yeah, that'd be cool. He may end up crashing over there a few days until they get him some permanent housing.
So this is TC?
Hey, I'm Dean. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Canada. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, nice to meet you.
Where are you coming from?
Michelle Robidoux is his guide. She's a Canadian War Resistor activist.
I was going to be a sergeant like 13 days from today.
Oh, no kidding.
And then they're like, well, we need new NCOs over there. Hey, I'm alright putting, 14-year-old kids in the middle of a line of fire.
Dean was a sharp Marine before he deserted. He served in Iraq. The experience was devastating and shocking.
Seeing people come through there with their arms blown off, their legs blown off, faces literally melted, it just hits you like a ton of bricks when you finally realize that the reasons that you went over there and the reasons that you joined just kind of fall apart on you.
Americans who go AWOL to Canada face a host of emotional problems, ranging from loneliness to betrayal. But then they also face the legal challenges to get refugee status. And that's when they turn to lawyers like Jeffrey House. Jeff is committed because he also fled the draft, the Vietnam War, and America more than 3 decades ago. Now he is a successful Canadian criminal attorney.
It's a little bit harder than it was when I came, and so I think they need a little bit extra help.
Why is it harder than when you came?
Well, I think possibly because I came late in the Vietnam War. The reality is that Pierre Trudeau in 1969 declared that Canada should be a haven from militarism and that therefore American deserters and draft dodgers would be welcomed.
Jeff turns to the newcomers, Chris and his wife Melanie.
So when we actually apply for refugee status, does that mean we're temporarily legal?
You're legal. When you make the refugee claim, if that's what you decide to do, that gives you the right to a work permit.
Do you have a work permit or not yet?
I just got it 2 days ago, so I'm building up my resume. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot safer now that I don't have to worry about sitting in prison for 20 years or a death sentence or any of that crap. It's a big relief, really.